it was like a joke, but the joke is becoming reality. I like her, and you know it.
I like her too. Woman does. Yeah? We are just not courageous enough to go to her because of who she is. But look at you. Bold, Buchi.
Don't flatter me. Don't just flatter me. You know how my courage came.
Forget about the money. That money was never your courage. For you and I know that you have more than that in your box of savings. Yes, your courage came from within, and that is because you are man enough to marry princess of the village.
Lower your voice. Just always around.
Forget about it. I worry about it. Forget about it, my friend. All I'm saying is that, you know, sometimes the gods walk in ways that we cannot understand. Okay. What if you and the princess are actually meant to, you know, to be married, and knowing that you would never have the courage to ask her to marry you, then the gods brought Ugezu into the picture.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard anyone say.
And you are the most ridiculous judge I have ever known. Yes, for thinking of throwing such an opportunity away because of one crafty man. Yes. I left you to figure out yourself, but I know you will never do that. I know.
Where are you coming from?
From my house.
You are a fool. What are you talking about? You know I cannot marry the princess. And that was not in the original plan.
Okay. What I know that you will be a fool if you fail to marry her. Yes, because in your life, you will live to regret it. Fail to marry her, and you will see what will happen to you.
What do I do?
I'm confused. You don't need to be confused. All thanks to the king. All you need is Uwaezuoke, which I know you have more than that. My friend, you have more than that now. Just go and get it and bring the princess home. Bring the princess here.
Father, it is because you gave her your support. That is the only reason she's misbehaving. Ena is not a child. You should know that. Father, she will always be your child.
And you will always remain a child if you fail to understand how to respect other people's decisions. Greetings, my father. What do you stand to lose if I'm married to Buchi?
You even know his name?
Shouldn't that be the case since I'm going to be his wife?
Are you proud of that title? This is ridiculous.
That a man is down today does not mean he will remain down forever. Stop this your antagonisms because it's getting on my nerves. Mind your business. Talk to him, father, please.
She would regret her actions.
Allow her that chance. Allow her the chance. I didn't hear you properly. What did you say?
I know you heard me, but I'll repeat myself. I said I want to go and pay Princess Nena's bride price.
In your dream, right?
I don't think so.
It should be your dream. Because you know it yourself that you are dreaming. So you wake up fast.
See, let me understand one thing. Why don't you want me to marry the princess?
Because it was not in our original plan for you to marry the princess for real. No, how could you think a thing like that? Are you mad or something?
You and I had a plan. And I've done exactly what you want me to do. So the deal is off. I'm moving on with my life.
You're moving on with your life. No, have you forgotten that life you want to move on into, that without me, it wouldn't have been possible? Have you forgotten that?
That is why I'm grateful to you, and I'll forever be grateful to you.
Let me just understand you. Do you think people play with everything? Now, how can you play with something as big as this?
Marriage has never been a plaything, has it? Anyway, I thought I should let you know.
Who is beating this drum for this young man of my kingdom who is poverty-stricken? Look at this. A young man who cannot afford ordinary cow to bury his father properly now wants to marry the princess of our land. Alumel.
In all honesty, I do not see anything wrong with that.
You don't see anything wrong with that? Anyway, if you ask me, I think she's just been so desperate.
Chineye, I disagree with you. It is not desperation.
Tell me, Njideka, what is it?
I will tell you. Desperation would have been the case here if the princess has anything to gain in all this. But in this case, she has nothing to gain. So why call it desperation?
But she's going to be a wife. Isn't that a gain?
A wife? The question is, a wife to who? She is a princess. She deserves better than what she's getting.
Exactly my point. Listen, the princess has made her choice. And there is nothing you and I or anyone else can say to her that will convince her otherwise.
But then I have come to realize that it's her life and she should be allowed to live it the way she wants.
Adobe, I am so disappointed in you. Because you of all people should know better.
Of course I do know better. I have come to realize that happiness is what matters in every marriage. Not whom you're getting married to. Take me for example.
I knew it. I just knew that you would drag yourself into this, Adobe.
Of course I have to. I have to because I am a lesson to you all. I have known Lutana for a very long time. We professed love for each other. And what's more, he's an average man. He isn't hungry. He is successful in his palm oil business. So tell me, did all that make our marriage work?
In that case, are you not saying that poverty guarantees happy marriage?
That's not what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying is that we should allow the princess to live with her choice. That's all.
It's not like anyone can stop her anyways. Adobe, Chineye, tomorrow will soon be here. Let's all wait and see how it goes.
I don't like this at all.
Ichie, if the king gives out the princess on that same condition, then we have lost it. Let me understand it. Is that young man really going to marry her? Ichie, from all indications, yes. You see, Ichie, maybe we have lost out on this. Maybe. Azubeke, I don't give up. I don't ever give up. Ichie, the king cannot reverse this if he eventually gives out his daughter on the Inuego bride price. Yes, he won't. We shall see. Well, Ichie, I am here to collect the Inuego bride price that was paid on my niece's head. Ichie, I need that money. I need it. Especially now that Adobe is back. So that I can send back the bride price to enable another man come and marry her if one comes.
I don't have the money.
Ichie, what do you mean you don't have the money? You asked for it and I brought it to you. Yes.
And I used it. I don't have the money.
Ichie, what kind of joke is this? What kind of joke is this? I don't like this.
You know what, Azubike? Do me a favor, please. Go home and allow me to think. If you continue sitting down here talking like a woman, I will not have the concentration I need to think. So please, you may leave now.
Ichie, I will not go home. I will stay here until you give me the money. Yes.
Why is Azubike challenging me? He is supposed to be obedient to me at all times. Azubike, you know what? I want you to understand that I know that I have the money and I will give it to you when I have it. It's a promise. Go.
I will appreciate that. I will appreciate that if you make it soon.
I don't understand this. I paid you in full and you abandoned my oracle? You didn't tell me I have to be married to your oracle. You didn't tell me that.
Do not make jokes about the oracle.
Abuka, I am sorry, but you need to understand what is happening here. I cannot afford to lose these men at this material moment. I need them now. And they are no longer listening to me. Can't you understand this?
Now that you have come, you will be fine.
Better.
As for Azubike, you will give him back the money.
That money he gave me, you know, I don't have it anymore.
You have to give him something! Find some money. Bring it to me. And I'll tell you what you must do.
My people, it is a new era in our kingdom.
Ochi,
Iwe.
You have fulfilled the new marriage requirements
under the new marriage law. Therefore, before the witnesses here gathered, I hand my daughter
over to you as your wife.
The ghost that brought you two together will never leave your sides. You shall grow old together in peace and happiness. You shall be blessed with children and grandchildren. Males and females.
And so shall it be.
There is peace, there is peace in our land. There is love, there is love in our land. There is peace, there is love in our land. There is peace, there is peace in our land. There is love in our land.
Azubike! Azubike! Ah, Ichie, you are here. You are welcome. Ichie, you were not at the palace yesterday. And what was I supposed to be doing there? Ichie, the princess got married now. Wait a minute. Are you confirming to me you were part of that tragedy of a marriage? You were there, Azubike? Ichie, I know where you are coming from. But is it not obvious that you have lost this fight? Well, we shall see. Azubike, I actually came here to give you the money that was paid as your niece's bride price, just like you requested. That is very thoughtful of you, Ichie. Thank you. Thank you. Now that the princess of all people got married under same condition, don't you think it is not reversible? Don't you think that we have lost this fight? Azubike, there is a meeting I want to have at sunset in my compound. Really? I want you to cancel everything you are scheduled to do today and be part of that meeting. Look at that. Akpotha, you are more powerful than I thought. Let's see how it goes with the others. See you at sunset. Listen, it is only a fool that will buy into that madness. And we are not going to buy into it because we are not fools. Are we fools?
No.
Let me break it down. Eze Offor has done the abominable. This is the height of it. He has done the abominable by giving her the princess of this land to a nobody to be raped.
What do you mean by that?
What is difficult for you to understand? That nobody that is now parading himself as the husband to the princess, that married the princess, did not follow the laid down procedure as it governs marriage in this land over the generations as approved by our ancestors. It automatically means that he is raping the princess by the approval of the king.
Ichie, he paid Nwego bride price to the king. I was there.
And in your considered view, Nwego is now enough money for a man to pay to be married to a maiden of our Enugu. Is that what you are saying? No, Azubike, how can you even say that? Okay, let me ask us. Ever since the new regime that the king approved that a man that must marry a maiden in an Enugu must pay only Nwego, how many maidens of this land have been successfully married?
None. Apart from Azubike's niece,
who was automatically bundled back to Azubike's family almost immediately?
By her husband? You know that was not exactly how it happened.
Forget about how it happened. Let us face what happened. It simply means that the marriage failed even before it started. And that can only mean one thing. That the gods of this land are against the new regime. Why are we not thinking as men in council? One would think that with the new regime, that practically every other week, that every family will be celebrating marriage because we have too many maidens in Enugu. But what is happening? Do we have anybody getting married? Nobody is getting married. Let me tell us, please. Understand this thing. The king is determined to destroy this land. And we have a duty to stop him and educate the people because something is going wrong.
Ichie has just made a very good point.
I am very happy that you are just beginning to understand it. It is an abomination. Any man that is marrying a maiden of this land by paying only Nwego as a bride price as approved by the king is not married to that maiden. That man is actually raping the maiden. And that is an abomination that we have to open the eyes of the people and educate them, ma'am. That something is going wrong.
What do we do?
I said it already. We have a duty to educate the people. Educate the men and women of our neighborhood. Let them understand that Offor is determined to destroy this land. Nollywood is not enough money to be paid as bride price. Not at all. And anybody who has paid in Nollywood and is marrying any woman is raping that woman by the approval of the king. And I wouldn't want any of you to become part of the people that approve that.
Yes.
Is it me or there's something wrong? Am I going crazy? That means we're both going crazy because I noticed something too.
Enemies of progress are everywhere, but they'll never succeed overall. There is peace, there is peace, there is peace in our land. There is love, there is love in our land. There is peace.
I'm still surprised at myself. How did you get me to insult our princess like this?
Your princess is dead, not mine.
What? Princess Nana is no longer your princess because she's married?
Married to who? She's not married. Do not ignore the rumor making the rounds.
What is going on? What is happening? What is all this? I can't believe it.
No wonder the people we met along the way were acting funny and strange.
You know, I always thought that our people are way better than this. I mean, who goes about circulating such nonsense?
This is going to kill my father if he hears about it.
He does not have to hear about it.
How? How are we going to achieve that? Didn't you hear what Njideka just said? They talk about it in the streams, markets, and practically at every gathering. Who is doing this to us?
You and I and every well-thinking person knows that what they are saying is not true.
That does not stop the pain and the shame. Oh, how am I? You should have seen how they were looking at me.
I am sorry you have to experience this. Trust me, this will be taken care of. Okay?
How?
It will.
How? I don't see how.
See, it will because the truth will always prevail.
Such a lonely night. You know, I have not been able to get what you said earlier today off my head. That the truth will always prevail.
I paid the bride price on her head. The full bride price. So I did not rape her when we consummated the marriage. This is the truth. And the truth will prevail.
You want this truth to prevail. What about the other truth? Because you and I know who is circulating all this information. We also know that the same person can go to the princess or to anyone with the truth about how you got married to the princess.
What are you talking about?
Tell the princess the reason you asked for her hand in marriage at the first place. It will be disastrous if Ugezu does that himself.
Oh. Udoka. I thought I could trust you.
No. Udoka did not tell me anything. But you're my brother. We grew up together in this house. So I will know what there is to know when I want to know.
I don't know how I got myself involved in this whole mess.
Buchi, marrying the princess could be the best thing that has ever happened to you. Or that will ever happen to you. But you have to erase this falsehood and embrace truth and sincerity. Else, it might turn out to be the beginning of your end. Do the needful, my brother.
I am telling you the truth. Everybody knows about it.
Oh, that is nonsense. Absolute rubbish, Onyeka. Let me tell you something. In as much as I am angry that my sister got married to a man who could barely feed himself, at least he paid her bride price in full.
The people who are behind this insist that the ancestors are not, they don't approve of the new bride price.
How? No, I ask you, how? In case you don't know, my father consulted Ohama Dikeh on this before he made that rule. He approved of it.
The truth is that not everybody is happy with the new rule, which of course I find ridiculous because it's for the good of our people. You know?
This is getting messier than I thought. Onyeka.
My prince.
What fraction of the people are against my father on this?
There is only one person I can see his face behind this.
Ugezu, of course. Who else? I wonder why an elder like him will be behaving that way. All the time opposing positive change.
I don't know what this man stands to gain in destroying the peace and the good name of this kingdom. I don't know.
He's only more interested in what he doesn't want to lose.
That is him.
My elders, I greet you.
My prince, you're welcome.
Father, have you heard what the people are saying about Princess Elena's marriage?
Son, we are just discussing that.
What do we do? I mean, we have to do something before it gets out of hand.
Son, we want you to take care of your sister and make sure she is alright. For the rest of other things, I will take care of. You hear me?
Yes, Father. Good. I'll take my leave, Father.
Inside in case you need me.
Thank you, but I don't think I'll be bothering you anymore.
I am not complaining. You are our wife. You deserve all the attention in me.
Thank you. Aren't you going to work today?
Let me guess. You fear that they might throw stones at you and call you a rapist, okay?
I don't think we should make a joke about it.
I know, but why shouldn't we? After I thought about it all through the night, I just saw everything as a joke. I am married to you and that is it.
And marrying you is the best thing that has ever happened to me so far. You know, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night to watch you sleep, and I pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. because I do not deserve you.
Don't talk like that. You're a very good man. You have a heart of gold. And I'm happy to have you.
I am not perfect.
No one is. No one is perfect. Besides, I wasn't praying for a perfect man.
Before I say anything, I need you to know that I love you very much, and I'll do anything to keep you for the rest of my life. And I am sorry for what I've done. If I could change anything, I would definitely change the past.
What's the problem?
Listen, I don't know why you are looking at me as if you are not getting what I am saying. An abomination has been committed in this kingdom. And as men and women who are reasonable, we are not going to give this abomination a mat to sleep in our houses. Or shall we? Nowhere, nowhere. And those of you that are opposing to what I am saying, I want to understand it. Does it mean you have no senses at all? There is an abomination that is staring us in the faces. And we have to stand up and resist this abomination. Shall we not resist abomination? We shall call a spade in this kingdom. What is up with us?
Yes. Iche, with all due respect, what you call abomination is not one. Yes. For all we care, our king has the support of the gods and the ancestors. Yes. And so, Buchi is properly married to the princess. Oh, yes! Say it louder!
Come, young man, let me ask you. Let me ask you. How did you know that the gods and the ancestors are in support? Are you a god or ancestor?
Sadijo.
Sire,
listen to all of you here. It is not funny. That was an important question. And we need an answer to that. Have you ever had a meeting with the ancestors?
Oh.
Have you?
Iche, nonsense. I will answer your question. Thank you. But first, you have to answer mine. Oh, yes. Look at this boy. Iche, how do you know that the king does not have the support of the gods and the ancestors? That's your question. No. Iche, I'm still asking. Answer him. I'm still asking. Are you an ancestor or a god? Have you ever been in a meeting with the ancestor? Thank you.
Since you were born and you started eating yam and cocoyam in this kingdom, have you ever appeared before any of our deities to make any inquiry at all? Have you? Have you appeared before any deity before?
Onyeka, answer! Answer!
Nonsense.
Have you?
Iche, this thing can't lead to anything. It's nonsense. You can't get anything from it. You can't get anything from it. It's nonsense. My prince, you can't be here. You can't be here. This is total nonsense. You can't be here. Sit down. It's nonsense. Don't corruption this kingdom. Let's meet this guy. It's nonsense. Yes!
Listen to me. Look at them. We are the owners of this kingdom. We own it. Let them go.
Look at Onyeka, come in this kingdom. Onyeka, you are not the only witch in this kingdom. Yes. What happened?
It has gotten to the extent where they have to come out and do this openly. My friends, don't mind those. They are failures. Don't mind them. Those men are instigating the people of our kingdom against my father. And you're saying I should ignore them? My prince, the same way they've gathered, that is the same way all of them will stand. They won't last long. They won't last long. Where did you say you're going? To see my sister.
The gods have mercy on my soul. Just when I thought you were a good man.
He is a good man, my friend.
Really? He is. A good man that obtains by tricks.
That was not exactly how it happened.
Really? Pray tell. Tell me how it happened because I'm sure you're part of it.
Not directly. But you see, before you came into our lives, I was the only one he had. And he would do anything to put food on the table for me.
Chisolo, I will not allow you to take the blames for me.
Uchi, I know. I equally know that if not for the way I complained and abused you of not being able to give me 3 square meals, you wouldn't have collected that money from Ichi.
Both of you should hear how pathetic you sound right now.
Pathetic. Pathetic. That was the definition of our lives before you came in. You came in and brought in some light. My princess, we're happy to have you. And will be destroyed if you leave.
Give me one reason. Just one reason to stay. It's not like he wanted me anyway.
You deceived me. You tricked me. Do you know how it makes me feel?
If I did not want you, Ugezu's threat would have stopped me from coming to marry you. But then I came by trick and I regret it. But that's the only way I could have summoned the courage to come to you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I need you. We need you. Please.
Welcome. Come in. Come.
My prince.
You don't have to worry about anything. Father is on top of it.
Don't worry about her. She's in safe hands.
Of course. She's in good hands. I am so happy to hear about that. I'll let Father know that you're okay.
How is the king? Hope he's not bothered.
He is a strong man and knows how to handle things at every point in time.
My regards to him. My husband and I will pick a date to come and see him.
Oh, he will hear. Yes. If you don't mind, I will want to leave now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Not at all.
Do you think she will tell him?
I hope she doesn't.
The most important thing is that she heard it from you first. Eh? You did the right thing, my brother. Have no regrets. Eh? Don't worry.
You seem happy.
You think so?
At least that was what I saw back there. Is he treating you right?
Shouldn't that be the reason I am happy?
Well, you didn't tell me you're happy. I'm just speculating.
I am happy. I am only worried about our father. I'm worried about how he's taking all of these. First, it was me trying to make him change the rules surrounding the marriage rights in our kingdom. Now this.
Oh no. No, you didn't make father change anything. It was only coincidental that you met him when that same change was about to take place. Believe me, if you didn't do that, something else would have brought about some change.
That is quite comforting.
I love you, sister. Be a good wife to Buchi. And always remember where you come from. Okay?
I will not forget.
Remember the saying that the environment changes us. In this case, you should be the one changing the environment, okay? And not the other way around. I should be going.
There is peace, there is peace, there is peace in our land.
My brother was strongly against this marriage. If he had his way, he would have stopped it. But I stood my ground, hoping and believing somehow we'll be happy together.
I'll do anything to make you happy, if you give me the chance.
The pain is bearable because I heard it from you first. I don't know what it would have turned out to be if I heard it from someone else or outside. Buchi, promise me, from henceforth, no more lies, no more secrets. Please.
Never will I keep anything from you. I promise.
I promise the same. Trust me, if we stick together, we will weather any storm that comes our way. I want us to make my father proud. I want us to prove to him that we can form a progressive team.
I will leave to that.
I thought we cleared this when we had our last private meeting.
I don't know where this is coming from. What did we clear?
Do you think I don't know you are the one behind this new madness going around this kingdom?
Onyeze, let me clarify immediately. Something that I believe you know. I am an elder in this land. One of the men that control this kingdom. And as an elder, I am not going to sit at home and watch the mother goat deliver while in theater.
What has actually come over you that you are bent on destroying this my kingdom?
Your kingdom?
Yes, of course.
Is that what you call it? No, is that what you believe? That this kingdom is your kingdom? Ah, no, okay, that's why you are changing things as you like. Now, let me put it to you, Onyeze. This kingdom is not your kingdom. This kingdom is our kingdom, and there is no way we are going to allow you to turn this land into your private business. It's not possible.
The decree I made concerning marriage in this kingdom is supposed to benefit everyone. But I don't know why you are seriously opposing it.
You know, maybe I think the time has come for me to tell you to your face, Onyeze, that you are very weak.
What did I hear you say?
You heard me right. Onyeze, you heard me right. Making changes to the extent of changing the core traditional value of our land shows the sign of weakness. And I'm advising you, as your personal friend, to step down so that another man who can uphold the cultural relevance of this kingdom should sit on the throne. Or you face the wrath of the gods.
Get out of my throne room! Huh? Will you get out here? And trace your feet. However you manage to come in here, trace it back out of this palace.
I didn't plan to come in the first place. You were the one that called me.
Never you return here.
What a nonsense.
Icha, I know you heard me well, but if you want me to repeat myself, then I will.
You don't have to repeat yourself. For I heard you clearly the very first time you spoke. What I don't understand is what makes you think you can bring your poverty-stricken shadow into my compound to come and ask me anything.
You can call it whatever you want, but you have to stop this.
Stop what? I don't understand. What makes you believe that whatever thing I am doing is your business? What?
Let me remind you that the king is my royal father and my father-in-law. You're not just tarnishing his image, but mine as well.
Hey, you shut up your mouth. Now you are talking to me believing that you have an image simply because you cross your cuffed legs over the princess every other night, right? And now you believe
You have an image. Where is the image?
You can call it whatever you want. I call it marriage. I am married to the princess. You and your cohort can go ahead and say whatever you want.
Listen to me. Let me ask you one quick question. Does the princess know the circumstances surrounding your so-called marriage to her? She does not know. And I believe you don't want her to know. Let me tell you, Bushi. Do not force me to do what I will regret. Because you are a riffraff. You are not my problem. And you will regret yourself if you make yourself one. Get out of my compound.
Desist from your evil, unless it will consume you.
Get out of this place! Fine. And let me warn you immediately. In your life, do not ever bring your poverty-stricken channel into my compound to ever say anything again. Or I'm going to roast you like yam. In fact, I banish whatever poverty, whatever aura of poverty you are living in my air. Look at this idiot. Idiot that has nothing. Because you are crossing the princess, you cannot talk to me anyhow. Try it next time and you are dead.
I was with the king yesterday morning and he was very, very strong. How did it happen?
Is the Akaji Offor? Why must you leave now we needed you most? Why?
Hold on, have I not been justified? After all? No, am I not vindicated after all? No, can we see what we are facing here this morning? Can we see the shame we are facing here this morning?
What madness has overtaken this man? What are you talking about?
Onyeka, this is not madness. I warned him. I warned him to remove the hand of the monkey from the pot of soup before it will start to look like human hand. What did he do? He threatened to banish me from the council of elders, to strip me of my title and make me look like an ordinary man. Have you seen it? Have you seen the result looking at us this morning here?
Icheugobuzo, is anything wrong with you? Have you gone berserk, Icheugobuzo?
No, you are the one who is wrong with you. You are berserk already. Don't even talk to me because you know what I'm saying.
I don't know anything because you are not saying anything meaningful.
Icheugobuzo, you can't talk about our king like that. You can't.
Wait a minute, my friend. Late king, you mean? Azubike, please. Remind them not just late king. Remind them we are talking about the king that was killed by the gods for his abomination.
And you no longer have respect for that late king.
Dikeh, please, let me just break it down. Yes. I am not here for you. I came here because I heard the sound of the ikoro that signaled the exit of the king. That's why I came here this morning, not to exchange words with you. It is only unfortunate that we allowed this to get to this extent. Now, the king has died in his own sin, killed by the gods. And you expect me to sit down here discussing a man that was killed by the gods? It's not possible. For his own abomination. I'm out of here.
He has been up to something since the king changed the marriage terms.
And that
what he said to the meaning of death? The death of the king of that?
Elders,
Please allow me to say this.
Go ahead and speak.
Ichie Ugezu is getting it dirty at this time. I mean, he could have chosen some other time to come display his madness. He needs to be cut to size or things will get worse.
No, Yinka. Nobody does anything to anyone.
We cannot let him go on like this. He is gradually getting people to his side. And this is not good for anyone in this kingdom at all.
I want my father to be buried peacefully and accorded the respect he deserves. This is all we should focus on now. Work with me on this. Please. Nobody says anything to Ichie Ugezu. Nobody does anything to him.
Dikeh, I think we should act down that the iron is hot.
I agree with Azubike. We have many people around us, and there's no better time than now. I equally agree with you, but I want us to, I want to refresh our minds. Do we still remember what we are fighting for?
You, Major, what? Don't you know?
The throne, of course. The throne is the aim. Listen, that boy Dikeh has all it takes to rise and become worse than the father. It's written all over him already. So I am suggesting we lay low for now until after the burial of the late king. Then we implement our plan.
Enemies of progress are everywhere, but they'll never succeed. There is peace, there is peace in our land. There is love, there is love in our land.
I wasn't there, of course. My friend was. He was the one that told me. You keep saying he should be left alone. Can't you see what is going on? He is planning to take the throne from you.
He did not give me the throne. He cannot take it from me.
That I believe. But how do we achieve that? It will be difficult when he has people on his side. What? Did I say anything wrong?
Did you just ask how we can achieve that? I thought this is my fight.
You should always know that I'm with you on this, and I'll always be with you.
My sister was right. You're a nice man. I should have known better than oppose your marriage to her.
Anyway, you did what every man would do for his sister, because our land has already created that social strata. But that is not a problem. How do we handle the problem?
Well, don't worry. Ichie Ugezu's war and his cohorts will be taken care of.
Okay. Whenever you need me, I'm here for you.
Thank you. Everything is happening because of that change he effected. A change that is supposed to make the people of our land happy.
Dikeh, I want you to understand that no one can satisfy everyone at the same time.
But he confided in me that you gave your support.
It is not in my place to give support, so I did not give one. It's only the gods that can give support in a matter like that.
And
they did give their support.
You see, the enemies are going around, spreading rumors that my father was killed by the gods because he went against their wish.
Dikeh, people get used to a particular way of life and tend to fight any force that tries to change that way of life.
Even when that change is a positive one?
Always remember that not everyone has a positive mindset.
What do I do? I mean, tell me, how do I correct this? Because I have to. Someone has to.
Dikeh, you have to be strong and remember all the teachings given to you by your father. Keep that in mind at all times. But then, you must allow the gods to fight their own battle.
Onyeze.
It's you, Onyeze.
Someone needs to tell the truth.
What truth?
What they are saying is not true. You need to give this message to those who care, so that they will not move to the side of falsehood.
It was a dream. It just didn't look like one.
And you cannot remember anything he said to you?
He talked about truth and falsehood. But he wasn't coherent enough for me to understand him.
I remember what my grandmother told me a long time ago. She said that anyone who dies in the hands of the gods will forever be caged in the underworld.
And what does that mean?
According to her, she means that such a person will never get the chance of returning to this world for any reason.
That can only mean one thing in this case.
That the gods did not take the king's life. If not, he wouldn't have appeared to me.
And that is the truth and falsehood he spoke about. I have always known that my father's death was a natural one. The gods never in any way had a hand in his death. And this confirms it.
They have already gotten someone else from Umopalere village that they want to crown as the king. They have been too quiet about this matter and it is not good.
I cannot fight them.
You cannot fight them. But you will allow them to take the throne from you.
They cannot.
That is what I like to hear. But I would prefer you talk to me about the exact plans you have towards that. My prince, as I speak with you, everyone is already believing that the king died in the hands of the gods. And that is already moving them to their side.
My father died a natural death. Dikeh assured me of that.
You went to Dikeh?
Yes.
Good one. Now tell me, my prince, what solutions did he proffer?
You have to be strong and remember all the teachings given to you by your father. Keep that in mind at all times. But then, you must allow the gods to fight their own battle.
Well, he did not provide any tangible solution. But from his words, I know what I must do.
Ago! 55 elephant tusks.
I bet he will not be able to finish the money. He will realize from this contract all his life.
Even in the life beyond.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure being your in-law brought that luck to me.
Why are you saying that? No, you are a lucky man and that is why I have you.
Ago! You mean you will now be spending all your days in Oka Kingdom doing great business of elephant tusks with the royal family?
See, it's not supposed to be that way. I am not leaving my kingdom for anything. The gods of this land have decided to bless me with that contract. I just wish this happened at a better time, not when this kingdom is in such a mess. That way, our joy would have been complete.
Better late than never.
Well, you don't have to bother yourself, my brother. Enjoy the blessings of the gods.
Okay, what are you going to do now they are demanding the offer of an enugu from you?
I believe my father prepared me for this period. Yes. And I'm on top of it. You don't need to bother yourself. Come on, enjoy yourself.
The boat booty.
Son, as some elders are going, I know a time shall come when they will be clamoring for this throne. When that time comes, and I am no more, do everything that fight them. No one sits on the throne of an Enugu without this offer. So when that time ever comes, take this offer to the deity of the land, the deity of an Enugu kingdom. Leave it there for 4 days. Then challenge those clamoring for it to go there and pick it up. If they do not challenge them. Leave them with the throne, knowing that the gods of the land are behind them. But if they fail, go back there and pick it. Hold it firm and defend the throne. Will be behind you to support you.
Just like my father predicted, some men are after the symbol of authority. I have no option than to heed to my father's words. I shall leave the symbol of authority here. And if anyone picks it up from here, I shall submit to his authority. This is my vow. And I am committed to it. I greet you, men of our land.
Yes, you are welcome. You're welcome.
Do you know exactly why you are here?
I am surprised that you are asking me this question, Che. Because the messenger that came to me said, you asked him to tell me to submit myself before you people here.
Was there any part of that message that the messenger did not deliver properly that you didn't understand? Or does it mean you didn't get what the messenger said?
That the people of our land asked me to submit the symbol of authority here. I think I got that clearly.
So where is the symbol of authority? Where is that Offor and Enugu in your possession that we ask you to bring? Or have you started to hide the Offor inside your body? Contrary to the tradition that you should hold your Offor in your hand. Where is the Offor?
I hope you understand that the symbol of authority is not supposed to leave the royal family. Which makes me wonder why you have asked me to submit it here.
Listen, Dikeh. There is no time for this drama of yours. And I'm asking you to quit from performing it. The gods of this land rejected your father. And they rejected you by extension. And that is because of the abomination your father tried to commit when he attempted to change the age-long tradition of this kingdom. He had no right to attempt what he attempted. Now, why are you here without your phone? You have no right whatsoever to hold on to that sacred authority of our ancestors. So I'm asking you again, where is your phone?
I will not argue with you, Nche. I won't. But I want you to know one thing. That this problem you are causing in our land will be judged by decent gods that you claimed rejected my father and I.
Hey, whoa. Ichi, are you hearing this young man? Are you hearing him? Are you challenging the authority of the men in council of Enugu? Are you?
For your information, the Offor has been returned to the deity of our land. You have 4 days. 4 days to go to the shrine and pick it up. But if after 4 days you fail to do so, then it signifies that all your claims are false. Four days. Remember that.
4 days. 4 days. 4 days.
We should have known what that man of brave is capable of doing. Yes.
I have always known that things will not go smoothly with that foolish elder behind him.
Is this not the reason why I insisted we got him by our side?
imagine how well it would have gone if the prince is all alone in this.
Yes. Listen, elders. We didn't start this process for us to lose in the middle of nowhere. We have a man we want to sit on that throne, and that is what must happen.
But that cannot happen without Offor. Ugezu, you know it, that we cannot do it without Offor. I mean, we dare not go close to the shrine of Akpotha. I, for one, will certainly not.
Nobody is talking about going to the shrine of Akpotha. You see that trap he set? He is the one that will fall into it. Yeah. After all, our new king, he does not need that contaminated Offor to assume position as the new king of this kingdom.
Did you say contaminated?
That is what the staff has become. What we need to do is to create a new Offor for our new king so that he can start on a fresh note.
The master planner.
I believe it is our fight. This kingdom belongs to us, the younger ones.
And that is why we must stand solidly behind Prince Dikeh. Because just like the father, Prince Dikeh has the interest of the people at heart.
Of course.
We all know that an apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. As for me, you all know me now. Mana, this fight is a good fight. I'm ready to fight it.
Yes.
I believed in King Eze Akajiofo. Therefore, I believe in Prince Dikeh. Yes. Mana. You all know now, when a chicken goes to a place he hasn't been before, he stands with one leg. Why I'm saying there's a problem is because Iche Ugobuzwe has more supporters than we do. So we have to plan strategically, short term, long term, and otherwise.
See, they will never go for the Offor of Enugu because that is where their problem starts. That is their failure.
Wait. Which Offor are you talking about? Is it the one that is already contaminated? It's contaminated now. Are you not aware?
Wait. What do you mean by contaminated?
I never knew Ichie Ugezu would go this far. To spite a king is one thing, but to spite the Offor is another.
We gathered that they are planning to produce another Offor for the man they plan to make their king.
Produce an Offor? But how can they do that? Nobody produces an Offor. Nobody.
We have to focus on how to stop them. We have to stop this madness now.
Dikeh, what do we do? Do we fight them?
If we must, yes! Yes!
No. Nobody fights anyone.
Well, we still have to stop them. If we can't fight them, then there must be another way around it.
The gods will fight for themselves, Oyenka.
The gods sometimes use people to fight for themselves, Dikeh.
Well, I still maintain my ground. Nobody fights anyone. That is not what my father wanted. You see, we will sit and watch events unfold. We'll see where this will lead us to. By the way, it is 4 days already. And I shall return to the shrine to get your form.
You're a wise man, Prince Dikeh. And I believe that your wisdom will bring us victory. So long as you can go to the shrine, bring the Offor and Enugu. You remain the heir to the throne of Enugu. And nobody will take it away from you. Nobody!
What is the meaning of this? You better start talking because I'm not enjoying this your visit. What do you want?
Same question I was about asking you. What do you want to change?
You had your chance to ask this question a long time ago. But you failed to ask the question. Why? Because you wanted to follow the footsteps of your evil father.
The only evil my father did you was to make marriage simple for our people.
Which was against the standards set by the gods. Are you claiming you don't know?
Inche, you alleged that the Offor of our kingdom, this land, has been contaminated.
I am not just alleging. For even the birds of the air know that that sacred Offor of our Enugu kingdom, which is in the palace where you came from, has been contaminated. You are claiming you don't know?
Very well, Inche. So that means it will be needless for us to ask you to swear before the Offor. Let me ask you this question. Would you also allege that the shrine has been contaminated? Will you be willing to raise your hands and swear before the shrine that you're not doing this for your selfish gains?
Oh, Dikeh, you are only a riffraff. And I should not be talking with a character like you. Now if you don't mind, get out of my compound.
Inche, you are fighting this because you wish to continue having goats, cows, wrappers, and all other material things. Can't you see? Can't you see how superficial you are?
Wait, you mean you came into my compound to insult me?
No, I didn't come to insult you. I came to tell you that the Offor is my possession.
What is that supposed to mean? Who cares what you have in your possession? What you are holding on to is not the Offor. You are just holding rubbish that is contaminated. Get out of my compound.
I'll leave. But time shall tell. Time shall tell. But before then, you still have the chance to embrace peace, goodness, and truth before evil consumes you.
Look at the fool that is talking about evil when you're already wallowing in evil. Look at his face. You came to tell me that you're holding on to the Offor? Nonsense. The spirit of the Offor is in this land. Whatever thing you're holding is nonsense. So you are with the Offor. Already yourself as holding the Offor. Who told you you have the Offor? Get out!
The only reason why there is chaos and division in this kingdom
is because the king has the interests of the young boys at heart, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So right. Does that not make the ones that hate the concept of this change enemies?
Enemies!
Enemies! So what I was saying.
Wait, they told us that the gods are against the change. And that was why they killed the king.
The gods did not kill the king. Yes. Anyone the gods kill cannot appear in dreams and visions. But the king appeared to Buchi in his dream.
So, who are we going to ask?
That is true. I am married to the princess. As such, I am expected to protect the royal family. Before the king appeared to me, I was drifting to the other side. Yes, I was drifting to the other side. But now, I know better.
Youths of our land, I have one question to ask. What about the so-called contaminated Offor? And what contaminated it?
Yes. Good question.
You need an answer.
Answer the question, Bushi. The Offor that your prince has in his possession, what contaminated it?
I guess he has no answer to that question.
The Offor was never and is not contaminated. It's not contaminated.
Who told you that? Do not allow anybody to deceive you. We have not come here to exchange words with you. Because both of you are riffraff. Yes. I expect everybody here gathered to bow before the new king of this kingdom that will lead us to the promised land. What new king? Hey, you don't open your mouth and speak foul. Before a man that is already holding the Offor
of our Enugu. Look at the phone in his hand. So when you want to speak, you speak with respect. Standing here before all of us is Eze one. This man here is a king we have already crowned last night. He is the one that will lead this kingdom to prosperity, to justice, and to fairness. Bow before your king, everybody.
You have the Offor of Enugu with you. Then you have all of us here.
You made a decision to allow the gods fight for themselves. At a point, I did not see reasons with you, Dikeh. But sincerely, now I do. And we are all with you on this.
Exactly. Yes. And as far as we are concerned, you remain the heir to the throne of Enugu. Only one.
Honestly, I'm short of words. I don't know what to say. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in my father, your late king. Thank you for standing with the truth. Be rest assured, you are on the right path. For I have consulted several men of the gods, and they assured me that my father did nothing wrong by the gods. He did nothing wrong. As I'm here, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I can only hope that it gets better. It will be better for all of us. So all I'm going to do is to be strong and steadfast. And I want each and every one of you to do the same.
My prince, we all are strong. Let me speak for myself. I am strong. I may be walk, but I am strong. Everybody is crying the cry of his family. I need to tell you something, my prince. I have been wondering for a very long time now. Can anyone take a bride at this time? Why are you laughing? Hey, I'm serious. Because this time is a critical time. It is when mosquitoes start sucking on a man's scrotum. That is when he will know that you cannot solve every problem with violence.
Of all things, woman is your problem right now.
I'm about losing my bride.
It's okay. It's okay. I will give you an answer to your question. Well, every man in Enugu can take his bride, provided that you are in agreement with the family of your bride.
You should take this time is critical.
Is this the man I married?
Internally he is, but I don't know about the physical aspect.
Hey! Hey!
The gods are happy with us. They have blessed us in such a short period of time.
Wait until you see the new hut I paid them to build for us. High roof and very spacious.
You're joking!
I am not. I am not joking. As we speak now, they are still building the hut. But anyway, let's talk about that one later. how is the prince and the kingdom since I left? Is someone going to talk to me? What?
The situation, I'm afraid, is really bad. It is worse than before. It is not getting better. Ichie Ugezu and co are winning others to their side.
Don't forget to see how they are doing that, Brother Buchi. They are forcing everybody to submit to their new king. Anybody that fails to do that and calls Prince Dikeh king will be flogged by the thugs they work with.
What? Has it gone that bad?
I'm afraid so.
Take one color.
Thank you, but I can't accept it.
You are going to reject cola in my house? Why?
Ichie, you should know that I'm not here for courtesy visit.
I thought you were here for one. That's why I offered you cola. Well, look at you. Look at how wonderful you have become. How gorgeous you look. I heard of how luck has smiled on you, and I felt very excited and very happy. How you have become a very powerful man. And I actually called you here to remind you that I am actually the masquerade that is behind everything.
How do you mean?
You don't need any soothsayer to tell you that if not that I moved you to go to the palace to make that proposal in the first place, you wouldn't have found yourself where you are today. Why are you claiming you don't know?
Maybe you're right, but...
No. You don't need to say maybe, because you know that everything, I am the one that is in charge. Listen to me, Bushi. I called you because I have come to the conclusion that the time has come for you to start paying for the luck I brought your way.
Not that you supported the marriage, but what can I do for you?
Okay. As a man who is now the man in money, I am telling you that I need some money to execute some of the plans that I have in place. To kick Dikeh out of that palace so that Eze Omenka Afronaya can move in. Don't look at me as if you don't know what I am saying. Dikeh should no longer be in that palace, for the people have rejected him. But because he is still illegally holding on to the ancient and the sacred Offor of our Anenugu, he wouldn't want to leave that place. But if you give me this money I am asking you to give me now, I will execute that plan and he will leave that palace whether he likes it or not.
You don't take me for a fool, do you?
No, of course. You are not a fool now. You used to be a fool, but not anymore. Poverty has been banished from your life and foolishness got banished with the poverty. Now you are a man in money and you are a wise man.
Then how do you expect me to work against the family that gave me a princess when I was nobody?
Hold on. This useless question you ask now, is this for me? I should answer you.
Ichie, this has to stop. Please. I've heard how you and those thugs are maltreating people. And all this has to stop.
Listen to me. The thugs you are talking about, they are part of the structures we have set up to control this land. Every land has to be controlled. And let me surprise you. You may end up being the one that will sit on that throne. Finally, because you have money. And listen, men like you that have money are the people that should be sitting on thrones. Hold on. Don't rush me. And the process of you sitting on that throne will start with you giving me this money that I want you to give me. So can you ask me how much?
Ichie, stop this. You have to stop this. What do you take me for? Ichie, a power monger, a selfish power monger like you? Maybe I shouldn't have.
Hold on, Bushi. You are opening your eyes for me. You, Bushi. Why are you sounding as if you have a lot of options? You should shut up because you don't have any option. Let me tell you something that you don't know. Maybe I should remind you. You have to ask me how much and you have to go and arrange this money. Because if you fail to arrange the money that I'm telling you about, then I'm going to sit your wife down and tell her how I moved you for you to come to the palace to make marriage proposal to her. You know, this has been our age, our secret for a very long time, and the thing is heavy in my heart. If you are going to be very stupid not to ask me how much you are going to pay, then I am going to let it out without any apology.
Ichie, I have seen how heavy this secret is in your heart. Ichie, please do let it out. At least this will confirm what I've already told my wife.
I am aware that you are the ones that made me king. I shall rule according to your guide and instruction.
What's the meaning of this? What is going on? Hey! Ichie! Hey! What is going on?
According to what I heard, they were all in a meeting. All of a sudden, he collapsed on the so-called throne and died.
It's a pity.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting this to happen so soon.
I pity the young man who allowed them to use him.
I learned he was a manufacturer of gunpowder, and he had customers from all over the place. So obviously he was rich. So they went for his money.
Well, that the man died is not the problem we have on ground.
Certainly not. But maybe his death will serve as a lesson to all of them. I am even so glad it happened in their presence. Otherwise they would have claimed that we had a hand in his death. Of course, you know that the evil ones are always the first to point an accusing finger at others.
Listen, my people. Maybe we should surrender.
Never.
Did you say never? I see no end to this.
That is because you are very myopic.
So I am now myopic. So that is how you say it. I am now myopic, Ichie.
That is the only reason you will see no end to this. How could you say that?
And that is equally the reason why I did not see that all this will end us in doom at last. I am leaving.
Stop behaving like a child. You don't need to leave now.
Wait. Am I the only one that witnessed that strange death? Am I?
Azubuike, he died that way because he was weak. We should have known that.
Tell him that. Speak to him some more. Okay. Let it be that I'm weak. Let it be that I'm weak. So I choose to live. Because I don't intend to die just like that. And let me tell all of you, if anything good comes out of this at the end, then congratulations to all of you in advance.
Listen. Let him go. He is going to regret this action. And let me tell us something. He will eventually come back. Unfortunately, by the time he does, there shall be no space to accommodate him.
My elders, Ugezu, we need to find out the reason why he died that way. If not, I am leaving too. You said what? You heard me. I am surprised that it took the death of a man for you to realize that what you were supporting was evil.
My prince, I've thought about that myself. And I still cannot explain why I went that far. I cannot, my prince.
You better go and tell them that evil kills. And if they don't denounce evil, they shall all die in the same way.
I don't know why I have these feelings that you are not genuine.
My prince, I'm genuine. I am with you. The future king of Anenugu. The future king of Anenugu. The custodian of the one and only true Offor. I am with you, my prince. I am.
There must be an explanation to all this. First, my king died, then Azubike left and went to pay his allegiance to Dikeh. And now the use of this line will no longer listen to me anymore. There must be an answer to all this, and I'm getting it today. I paid that Muruka everything he required of me, so why is he not keeping his own part of the promise?
What do you mean by Adobe? Did she go to farm with us? We left her in the farm, did we? No, we did not. Lieutenant, have you started smoking weeds? Were you not the person that sent her back to her people? No, Father, I did not. No, I didn't. You did? No, You did? Did I? You did. No, you sent her back to her people. No, she's my wife. I need to take her back. She's my... Adobe! Hey, Father!
He was not at this hut. I am just coming from there.
How could he just disappear like that? How?
My brother, Chimeleza, I don't know about you,
but I can feel that some things are falling apart for us.
How do you mean? Just understand it that things are falling apart.
Are you not the shrine of Obo Tolokbo of our kingdom? The age-long shrine of our ancestors, Obo Tolokbo. I hate light. And I hate change. So why will anybody impose change on me?
Where will anybody post that job?
Has it not happened already? Have I not scattered the temple of Akpotha? What has happened?
Who are these people?
Who are they? No, who are you people?
Who are you?
What is wrong with you?
I hate change.
I hate light. So why will anyone try to impose light on me? I have scattered the sheriff of Akpotha. Nothing will happen. I am the man in charge. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Look at Ugezu.
What is wrong with you?
He looks crazy to me.
Look at her. Adobe. No, Adobe, are you still so blind that you cannot see? Look at her. You went and brought a man that paid in Ringo as your bride price. And you believed you are married. No, look at yourself. As you are standing there looking like me. Looking at me like a witchcraft, like a witch. Look at yourself. Are you married now? No. Close your mouth. Look at how deep. Look at how deep your mouth is. You're looking at me. Are you married now? You are not married. And nobody is married. I am the one that is married already. Get out. Get out of my face.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew something wasn't right. I knew it. Right? I knew it.
Leave me.
I knew it.
Madam. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Something overtook me. My father told me I sent you back to your people. I can't believe it. And I never did. Please, join me to my father's house, to our compound. Come with me, please. You're my wife. Yes, you are. You're my wife. My one and only.
My prince, please, you make me shy with that look.
I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional.
Okay. So, can you please tell me why you called me out here this night? Do not misunderstand me, my prince. I am actually standing here with you because you are the prince. And I am certain people will not read meaning into this if they see us.
Have you heard what eventually became of Ugezu? That evil man that practically rose against my father and challenged the gods?
I don't get it, my prince. Did you actually call me out here this night to tell me about that man?
Not really. I just want you to know that it's in the past now. And I am moving ahead.
Better. Those dark ages are over. And we as a people are moving ahead.
Yes.
And for that, I am very happy.
And I ask myself, can a man be truly happy without a woman by his side? dear.
My prince.
You see, I have looked around and I eventually realized that you are the only one that comes to mind. And as we move on as a people, I want you to be by my side. I want you to be my wife.
What?
Yes. You heard me right there. Please. Please. Something keeps telling me that you are the one meant for me. Please. Please be my wife. And together, we will create a new face for our kingdom.
When I look into the sky, I see hope. And I look into the faces of our people, I see hope as well. When I look around Enugu, I see a new kingdom. Surely today is a special day, a very great day indeed. A day that we should feel very, very happy being citizens of this kingdom. And finally, when I look into the faces of our new king and his wife, I see the gods. I see our ancestors speaking to us, telling us that we are saved and we will forever remain saved.
Who says darkness is better than light? And who says darkness will forever prevail over light? I am happy that this day came. A day that puts to an end the works of darkness and those against positive change in our kingdom. I don't have anything to add to that which has always been. So I will continue from where my good father left off. And do you know what that means?
Tell us, Igwe, tell us. We are all ears.
Good. Good.
Tell us.
Right. It means marriage will forever be affordable for the people of Enugu. And so shall it be to the end of time.
Very simple.